Once Robin got in front of the mic, of course, all the celebrity impressions came out.
You need more power, Jim. Don't be afraid. You had it all along.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 unscripted animated moments that were left in the movie.
Are you talking to that squirrel?
I was a junior chipmunk, and I had to be versed in all the woodland creatures. Please continue.
For this list, we'll be looking at reported ad-libs, mistakes, and/or unexpected occurrences from the recording booth that were too good not to include in the final cut of these big screen flicks. What's your favorite animated movie ad-lib? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Buzz has a meltdown. Toy Story. Tim Allen, who famously voices the Space Ranger known as Buzz Lightyear, was no stranger to ad-libbing during Toy Story's early days. Indeed, some of his most memorable lines weren't even in the original script. For example, "Sad, strange little man" was entirely Allen's invention.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. Farewell.
Oh yeah? Well, good riddance, you loony!
But one of his funniest bits of improv happens during the scene where Buzz finally comes to terms with what he really is. And let's just say he's not taking it well.
Look at me, I can't even fly out of a window. But the hat looked good. Tell me the hat looked good. The apron is a bit much.
Of course, Allen wasn't the only one flexing his ad-libbing chops. Remember that scene where Woody puts on a covert puppet show for his friends to convince them that Buzz is all right?
Hey, look, it's Buzz! Hey, Buzz, let's show the guys our new secret best friends handshake. Give me 5, man.
Something screwy here.
So, you see, we're friends now, guys, aren't we, Buzz?
Well, credit goes to Mr. Tom Hanks for that one. Number 9. Who does Wilbur's dad look like? Meet the Robinsons. In this futuristic Disney flick, our protagonist Lewis meets Wilbur Robinson, a kid who claims to be from the future.
All right, didn't want to pull rank on you, but you forced my hand. Special Agent Wilbur Robinson of the TCTF.
The what?
Time Continuum Task Force. I'm here to protect you.
Later on, he also meets the rest of the Robinson family, except Wilbur's dad, Cornelius. So he inquires after the mysterious figure.
Go on.
Lucila's married to Bud and your dad Cornelius is their son. What does Cornelius look like?
Tom Selleck.
Okay.
While it was scripted, Wilbur's response was originally just meant to be a placeholder that they expected to change. We can totally believe this, considering that Cornelius looks nothing like Tom Selleck.
You don't look like a Lewis. You look more like a...
Cornelius. I get that a lot.
However, they ultimately decided to stick with the name drop, and even hired the actor as a result, making this entry a bit different from the rest on this list. There's no denying Selleck's distinct voice is a welcome addition to the film, though.
She's right. I'd just go with it if I were you. And I am.
Then you're absolutely right.
It just goes to show that sometimes the most unexpected moments can have the best payoff. Number 8. Bucky or Binky? Brother Bear.
Yes, you and your friend Binky. I'm like, it's Bucky, so get it right. And they put it in.
One of Disney's more underappreciated films, Brother Bear, features Joaquin Phoenix as Kenai, a young man turned into a bear as punishment for killing one in a fit of rage. He meets an orphaned bear cub called Coda, who he eventually takes under his paw.
Okay, fine. If you can magically get me down, I'll go with you to this...
Salmon ride.
Whatever. But if you can't, you turn around, walk away, and never come back, ever.
It's a rocky journey at first, since the two mammals struggle to find common ground. During one scene, Phoenix flubbed his lines, calling a character named Bucky Binky instead.
I don't care about the time you and Binky found, the world's biggest pine cone ever.
First of all, his name's Bucky, not Binky. Second, it wasn't a pine cone, it was a pine nut. And it was huge, even bigger than your fat head.
Jeremy Suarez, who voiced the bear cub, didn't miss a beat in correcting his co-star and riffing off the mistake.
I mean, I don't want to brag or nothing, but I got some moves.
His quick wit was so brilliant and funny that it was left in the movie's final cut. Number 7. Morph needs to get the map. Treasure Planet. Another animated flick that doesn't get nearly enough love, Treasure Planet took the classic Treasure Island story and blasted off into space. It had a great premise, a phenomenal cast, and plenty of humor, but it ultimately fell under the radar.
You listen to me, James Hawkins. You got the makings of greatness in you.
but you gotta take the helm and chart your own course.
Perhaps if audiences were aware of just how talented the voice cast is, things might have turned out differently. For instance, did you know that the scene where Silver and Jim try to convince Morph to bring them the map was actually totally made up by Brian Murray and Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Morph, bring it here. Morph, come here.
Come here, boy.
Morph, over here.
Come to your dad.
Come here, boy.
Come on, Morph. Come on.
Morph.
Talk about some real talent. Also, apparently, David Hyde Pierce, who voiced Dr. Doppler, came up with the line, "Go Delbert, go Delbert."
All my life I've been waiting for an opportunity like this, and here it is, screaming! Go Delbert! Go Delbert! Go...
Okay, you're both grounded!
Number 6. Iago's Rant. Aladdin. When you think of Aladdin's greatest ad-lib machine, we imagine Robin Williams probably springs to mind. But he wasn't the animation's only genius improviser.
I prepare like De Niro. I lived with a family of parrots for a year. And, no, I did no preparation. I just went in and just had fun with it.
Renowned comedian and voice actor Gilbert Gottfried created the instantly recognizable sound of Jafar's hilariously hot-tempered sidekick Iago. According to an interview with the late comedian, he was given plenty of free rein to improvise.
When I first came in, they had the script and I was just talking into a mic, and that's when I just started improvising.
An extra on the Aladdin DVD highlights one instance where Iago's contemplating whether to pack a photo of himself and Jafar as they prepare to leave the palace.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out. I gotta start packing, Your Highness. Only essential. We gotta travel light. Bring the guns, the weapons, the knives. And how about this picture? I don't know. I think I'm making a weird face in it.
The commentary explains that they decided to keep it in because it made Williams laugh. We cannot think of a bigger compliment than that. Number 5. Fiona's Belch. Shrek. One of DreamWorks' most beloved franchises, Shrek put a unique spin on the traditional fairy tale romance. With a talented cast that includes Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and Cameron Diaz, there was plenty of room for ad-libbing. And indeed, some of the most memorable lines were thought up on the spot.
Whoa, hold on now. Where did that come from?
What?
That. Back there, that was amazing.
For instance, apparently Myers used this quote to chastise a director who was getting on his nerves.
All right, you're going the right way for a smack bottom.
Incidentally, he used it again while playing Austin Powers the following year.
Oh, you're going the right way for a smack bottom, and I don't care who knows it.
But perhaps the most impressive is the fact that Fiona's burp was a total happy accident.
Better out than in, I always say.
Well, it's no way to behave in front of a princess.
Thanks.
She's as nasty as you are.
Diaz had been drinking a soda while recording her lines, and we guess the fizz got to her. Still, she didn't break character, prompting Murphy to improvise his reaction too. Number 4. Lots of improv. The Emperor's New Groove. This underrated flick broke Disney's mold for elaborately planned films and became a breeding ground for improvisation instead. For example, Patrick Warburton made up Kronk's Mission Impossible style theme song.
Oh, he's doing his own theme music?
Also, the entire squirrel running gag actually started as an inside joke among the creative team, but eventually made its way into the movie. Supposedly, David Spade ran amok with this creative freedom and often had to be reeled back in by the directors.
He's very quick at improvising, and a certain portion of the time we've just used what he's come up with.
Perhaps most amusingly, though, was Eartha Kitt being genuinely taken aback by Yzma's kitty voice.
Looking for this. Is that my voice? Is that my voice? Oh well.
She was supposedly so surprised that she stopped mid-line to ask if that was really her. Clearly, the directors liked it, and the rest, as they say, is history. Number 3. Thank You for Nothing. How to Train Your Dragon. Thanks to its largely comedic cast, the directors were sure to leave plenty of room for improvisation here.
And they're also extremely funny. And so we would bring them into the recording booth together, and they would just riff on each other.
Yeah, we rule!
While there are a plethora of examples to choose from, we've decided to go with this one.
Toothless, what are you doing? We need her to like us! And now the spinning. for nothing, you useless reptile.
Yep, a bit of on-the-spot comedy from Hiccup voice actor Jay Baruchel became one of the most iconic and quotable moments from the film, if not the entire franchise. It was even included for promotional purposes, so clearly they knew they'd struck gold. The sequel also has its fair share of memorable lines, such as during this strained encounter between Stoic and Valka.
I pleaded so many times to stop the fighting, to find another answer, but did any of you listen?
This is why I never married. This and one other reason.
Craig Ferguson as Gobber ad-libbed this entertaining moment that no doubt left the adults in the audience in stitches. Number 2. Do the Hula, The Lion King. In the lead up to this animated feature's big climax, Simba and the gang find their path to Pride Rock blocked by a pack of hyenas. Simba tells his friends that they'll need to create a diversion, which does not go down too well with Timon.
Come on, Timon, you guys have to create a diversion.
What do you want me to do, dress and drag and do the hula? Wow! If you're hungry for a hunk of fat and juicy meat, eat my body bumper here because the end of the treat.
However, it does lead to one of the flick's funniest and most memorable moments. Without Nathan Lane's quick wit, we may have never enjoyed the sights of a meerkat performing a luau with backing vocals from a warthog.
We just were on the floor in the booth. Yeah. It was and immediately said we can never use that in the movie.
That's right. Lane ad-libbed the line that led to this moment of pure comedy gold. It became such an iconic scene that it was even called back to in The Lion King 1.5.
Let's just cut to the chase, shall we?
Oh, sure.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Rat telenovela, Encanto. John Leguizamo ad-libbed one of Encanto's funniest moments.
That love could never be.
I don't understand.
Well, because she's his aunt and she has amnesia, so she can't remember that she's his aunt.
Broken Promises, Beauty and the Beast. Cogsworth actor David Ogden Stiers improvised this perfectly timed wisecrack.
I want to do something for her. But what?
Well, there's the usual things, flowers, chocolates, promises you don't intend to keep.
What's your name again? Osmosis Jones. Quick thinking from Chris Rock turned a gaffe into a funny addition to the dialogue.
Hey, who's that? Other than Thrax, that is. Brandy! Leo, what are you doing here?
You really did it now, Jones.
Someone's hungry. Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie Adventure. We guess some actors do their best improvisation on an empty stomach.
I'm not scared! I can use something to eat! I'm really hungry!
Achilles, heel, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Kevin Kline came up with his horse's name all for this brilliant punchline.
Come on, boy. Achilles, heel.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The road to a quotable movie, The Road to El Dorado. Traditionally in animation, actors record their lines separately, and the dialogue's edited together later.
Gonna be tougher than I thought.
Tulio, relax. All you have to do is smile, act godly, and follow my lead.
However, in this case, Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh shared a voice box so that they could easily riff off of one another and improv many of their lines together. Incidentally, this was an idea that was previously used by Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise in All Dogs Go to Heaven, who were also permitted to ad-lib. But back to El Dorado. We think we can all agree that the chemistry between Kline and Branagh is off the walls, and they make an incredibly compelling duo.
I am Miguel.
And I am Tulio.
And they call us Miguel and Tulio.
Also, thanks to their impromptu dialogue, many of us probably tried to drop the word loquacious into as many conversations as possible.
I will cut you to ribbons, fool.
Such mediocrity. Let your sword do the talking.
I will. It will be loquacious to a fault.
It's moments like this that make this movie as precious as El Dorado's gold. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.